what's going on, everybody? 89 Cavs are back. I was just thinking as I was seeing that image of that big three of the 89 Cavs, Larry Nance has not one but two kids in the league right now.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
My man.
The other Nance is in the league?
The other Sixers just gave him a two-way, I think. Or I think he converted a two-way because that's how the Sixers season is going, baby.
Let me ask y'all a real question. Because I seen something recently that was diabolical. I seen a man putting up a clinic in cargo shorts.
In cargo?
At the court. Yes, in cargos. Like tween, spin, reverse layup, hezzies. I was like, yo, I've never seen anybody do that in cargo shorts. What's the wildest thing you've seen somebody get buckets in?
Justin, I don't know if we're going to have the same answer. But I'll never forget that kid that showed up at Cooper Park. I think you were there that day. There was someone who had
was it the big white kid?
The big white kid, and I think he was cargo pants, and he rolled up in a long board and a flat brimmed backwards hat, and he hooped
in cargo pants.
He was in pants.
Oh,
didn't he have boots on or nah?
Nah, you lying.
Yes, no, that's right.
He had boots.
Right. Yes.
That's right. Yo, who was guarding him?
No, but dog, he is, and when I say white kid, I'm not being like, oh, that's a white kid. I think he may have been 18.
Yeah, 18, and he looked like Sunshine from Remember the Titans.
Yeah,
that was the energy he was bringing.
What?
Yeah, and he balled. And it was like one of those ones
too, and it was like Fry.
Yeah, it felt like we were doing him a favor, letting him play. Like he was, at first he was like, "Hey guys, like, can I run next with y'all?" We're like, "Yeah, sure, dude, whatever." And it's like, wait. Speaking of, let's do this now. Speaking of hoops, even though I said I was gonna do it, and then I wasn't gonna do it, in a moment of weakness and targeted advertisement, signed up for a 40 and over basketball league. So we are officially back. I think starting as soon as next week, which is a problem. I was hoping I needed, much like Joel Embiid, I needed a ramp up period.
No training camp.
Yeah. But one of the funniest things, there were two really funny things that I saw in the rules that I was looking over today. One of them being no fast breaks. That you can't score a bucket unless I think everybody is over half court, something like that. They don't want you running, which I thought was great. But my favorite, and I'll share this right now so for the people watching can see it. And I put this on Twitter too. Where is it? All right, here we go. I think we will be able to see this. How does this look? So it says players, like all league members, must bring ID with proof of age to the games. That's not crazy. At the start of each game, the scorekeeper will check IDs of anyone who may appear too young. So just, like you're in line at the club 20 years ago, or whom the opposing team requests to be checked, which I love. But what I love even more is it says, please expect challenges to happen. Fine. On the other hand, please don't ask that of a person who is obviously of age to be checked, which means the fact that this is written down on a website, someone got checked for sure and then was like, oh yeah, well check that old fuck's ID too.
Yeah. Look, this is a 40 over league in New York City, baby. Lawyers in there were like, all right, the letter of the law says, let's check everybody's ID.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I fuck with this. They needed this in under 18 leagues. They needed this because when I was 16, there was definitely motherfuckers 23 years old, full connecting beard, crazy dreadlocks, doing 360s, and we like, yo, he's not a teenager. Well, we don't check IDs, and I was like, yo, bro, we're looking like children. He looked like a grown ass man. Like, come on.
Who was that lefty who played in the Little League World Series that was throwing like 98, and I think he was a bouncer at a club or something? Like he was. You lying.
Yeah. He was for real bouncer. You lying.
Danny something, I think. I bet somebody in the chat. Speaking of the chat, by the way, it's our guy Stubbs' 50th today.
Hell yeah! Happy birthday, Stubbs. Hell yeah, my
Happy
God,
birthday,
my
man.
God.
It's Stubbs and Jay-Z.
Stubbs JC. There we go.
JC's birthday.
It is JC's birthday for sure. It is JC's birthday.
Here, I fucking knew Weisberger. No, Danny Almonte, baby. Danny.
He was no for real. You joking or he was really a bouncer playing with?
No. That part I was joking.
No. Oh, okay. I was like, yo, that's crazy.
But I'm pretty sure he was like 16, 17 when like max you should have been 13.
That's crazy too, though. That's crazy too.
Yeah, he's older than me.
Yeah. Wait, is that real?
Yeah, no, I just looked at his date of birth and I remember the story. I think I was in high school.
Yo, what's the dude? Funny. Hold on, what's the dude on the Bucks that lied about his age? Was it Thon Maker?
Oh, Thon Maker, yeah.
Yo, he was man.
I was a Pistons legend too, right?
Yeah. Hey, look, there was a beautiful period in the NBA before we had like the internet was popping and international scouting was up to par for every team, where there would just be a prospect who'd be like, I'm 18, and he would check that shit. He'd be 18 at the beginning of the draft process, and then he's like, I don't see his name on mock drafts, and he's looking, no, yeah, we found out he was 24.
I think another example of that is Buddy Hield. I think Buddy, they like had to change his age. Now I feel like I might be talking out of school, and maybe that's wrong, but I'm pretty sure Buddy was like, oh, BT Dubs, he's 25, not 24. It was just like off by a year, I think.
Remember Shabazz Muhammad? That was a big.
No,
yeah, that was a thing around the lottery where they were like, oh no, you older, and he just dropped.
No. Bro, he looked like he was like 30. He was lying, bro. He was dead ass. That was crazy. To lie like that is crazy. At least you gotta look like you could be on a UPN show. Don't lie to me and look like you're gonna be on a soap opera talking about you 20.
Oh, speaking of soap operas, let's get into some of the NBA.
That's crazy.
Wait, what happened?
Mike is nice, right? Mike is nice.
Oh man. All right. Let's do it. So we had the cup yesterday. We go. I was gonna say the Final Four, but not really. We're at the Elite Eight, the 4 on each side. But I think we got to start with Justin. How are you feeling now that you had hope there momentarily, and then Cade? Although Cade only had 4 turnovers, I looked that up this morning. It felt like he had 44 in that game.
Yeah, honestly, busy day, so I didn't really get a chance to watch the game live. So I was just checking the score, and at first quarter. It's like, this looks bad. It was like 37-22. And then I checked in the second quarter and saw it getting worse. And then I was like, I started doing the thing that the team did afterwards. It was like, it's just nice that we're playing a meaningful game. Isn't it great that the Bucks are playing well? Isn't that so good for the league? Because I fully, it's nice that we had a shot. My hope was that we get to go to Vegas. And if they went to Vegas, I was going to Vegas. So honestly, good for my wallet, but they got their ass whooped. They got that, and the Bucks didn't miss a shot. I think the Bucks were shooting 70% through the first half, definitely, and then it was like 65 in the third quarter.
It was wild. They weren't missing anything. I mean, just name a guy on the Bucks and he hit 3 threes. I think everybody was knocking down everything.
It's just not missing any shots. It wasn't even like, oh, this is competition. It was very clear they not winning it.
Yeah. Steve, what about I'm loving this reaction from Steve right now. I feel like you were about to unload something.
I felt like, we just made fun of Doc Rivers and he just flipped the switch. I don't know what he said to the boys. I don't know if the boys is just doom scrolling on Twitter, but they've been 9-1 since we said Doc Rivers should get the fuck out of Wisconsin.
They have not lost a lot of games. I will, not to be a dick about it, but here are the teams that they have beaten. Okay. So after losing to the Celtics, they beat the Raptors, the Pistons. They lost to the Hornets. They beat the Rockets. That's a real one. Then the Bulls, the Pacers, the Hornets, the Heat, the Wizards, and the Pistons.
Yeah, they did what they had to.
That's a cakewalk. It's a cakewalk for sure.
But you know what?
Actually got. Oh, so sorry.
I would just say this is nice. They did what they had to. They showed up because they weren't showing up before. So at least they're at 500, or they're a little bit over 500. So it's looking okay.
For sure.
Well,
let me ask you this.
Oh, go ahead. No, that's my bad. Go ahead.
Like, you remember last year how much we was going crazy about the in-season tournament, how competitive and fun it is. Am I bugging, or is like this year is just like blowouts and not that exciting? Because the Knicks really mollywopped the shit out of the Magic. Like, it was over once it started.
The Knicks beat the Magic so bad that the Celtics almost made it.
Yeah.
Like, that was great. It was so funny. All the, everybody was explaining the scenarios, and they were like, well, the Celtics need the Magic to win. And so when the Knicks are winning, you're like, oh, Celtics can't go. And there was like, wait, unless they beat them by 37. And they were beating them by 37 per minute. I think the West has been kind of spicy. The East has just been weird. I think Atlanta beating the Celtics and the Cavs, like, right away in group stage, kind of threw things for a loop, because you're like, oh, I guess the Celtics aren't going, and I guess the Cavs aren't going. So, like, the two best teams maybe in the league aren't going to be competing for it. And so then, you see like Atlanta's going through, Milwaukee, like the Knicks and the Magic. Yeah, I don't know. But the West feels fun. Like, the West feels a little crazy with Luka and OKC in a like an elimination matchup. I feel like that will be fun. But you're right. I maybe because it's not as new.
For sure.
Maybe because like last year was so exciting. But no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, by the way, super garbage. The Celtics didn't make it, and the Pistons were rewarded with a away game against them.
Yeah, that's tough.
They play them today. They play them today in Boston, and now they play them next week in Boston. That's 3 games against the Celtics. That's unnecessary.
I think the Wizards got I think Boston and Cleveland as their like 2 add-on games. This isn't on the list, but Washington may never win again.
That feels like we can talk about that, but it feels like they're like a massage in those teams. Like, oh, you didn't make it, so here's some easy games. Like, I know that they make that schedule like ad hoc after they see what teams make it, and it feels like that's the logic of it. Like, oh, the Pistons, just Celtics, don't worry about it. Here we're gonna throw the Wizards at some teams. Like,
they're like, it's random. So we have OKC against Dallas, and then we have Golden State against is it Houston, I think, right? That's the West. Yes. So if you were going to Vegas, of those 2 matchups, like who would you rather see play basketball?
Man, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm fucking with Houston. With Houston. They scrappy, all young dudes. They in sync right now. They look like they're having fun with each other. Even Freddie being the old guy, like, hey, fellas, this is what we're gonna do. I fuck with that. I'm not enjoying the way Dallas is looking. And I'm kind of disappointed because I was excited about Dallas, but it's like, yo, they're looking a little stinky, man. Clay, I think he played 21 minutes like a game ago, and he had like 2 points, dog. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you're making a big deal about this move, and you're not putting up any numbers. But OKC, shit, that boy Jalen Williams, I need some respect on my child's name. That's my son. I need y'all to respect my son because he is a baller, boy. He's
so good, man. He's so good. That's what I'm rooting for too. Also, Houston, man, like they're playing so good. Nobody talks about Ime Udoka anymore in a way that he was fired and no one knows why.
Yeah, that story is done.
And we don't like. It's not like it's done, and we knew what happened. Like we don't even know. And people are like, "Nah, who cares, man? Look at Houston. It is crazy. Yeah, I think I was thinking about it this morning. I mean, listen, I'm not gonna be mad if I see Steph Curry play basketball in person. I'm not gonna be mad about that. But Houston's so fun right now. Like that, Amin Thompson and Tyree Eason are just like 2 monsters off the bench for them that would be fun to watch. And I'm with you on J-Dub. Let's just get J-Dub and all of the things, man. Get him all-star game. Get him all the things.
Please. But Knicks in Atlanta? Oh, so sorry, bro. But Knicks in Atlanta? You not gonna fuck with that? What do you guys think Trae Young gotta do for people to be like, all right, he's cool? What do you think he gotta do?
I think he needs his teammates to like him.
Yeah.
Yo, the man put up 22 assists and everybody like, all right, cool.
You know who else did? Elfrid Payton. Next.
Yo, shout out.
Elfrid Payton did that and then got cut the next week.
This is crazy.
That's crazy.
Does anybody have more assists in a game than him this year?
I think Trey, right? Because Peyton did 21 and then Trey did 22. I think.
22.
Oh, he
Right?
did 22. Okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
look, This is a petition for Elfrid Payton to be like Craig Hodges. We got to get Elfrid Payton in the skills competition with just the NBA logo on there.
Yes. Yes. Why is it? Yeah, I was gonna say get him in the big three. Let's get Elfrid Payton cook. No, you're right though. I mean, hey, Atlanta's been like way better than I think anybody thought. Like, I didn't think they'd be playing as well as they are.
Hell no.
No,
But-
and like the wins back-to-back wins against the Cavs, it's nuts.
Yeah, when Cleveland was trying too. Like Cleveland needed to win those games. Yeah, Atlanta, I don't think I want to see them play though. Like I clearly want the Bucks and the Knicks to win. Like I don't want to watch, and Orlando's on fire right now outside of last night's game. They've been so great. I don't want to watch Orlando in person. No Paulo. Come on.
Yeah, Orlando no Paulo is. I mean, Franz is balling. They got the defense, but it's like 96 basketball.
Yeah, I watch him ball on
They're
TV.
out of pocket. They're out of pocket, boy. That boy Franz is the truth. He MIP, please. Quick, fast. Put it in the box, mail it over there. Where he from? Berlin? Wherever he from in Germany, send it over there, bro. He is crazy. And what's my man? Suggs? He out there hustling. Y'all bugging. They got some dogs over there, bro. I'm fucking with it, Magic. I'm fucking with Magic.
I like the Magic, but I'm just saying for the tournament, like I want to see him full strength.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I want to watch that game on TV is what I'm saying. Like I will still watch the Magic, but I'm saying if I got to see it in person, I want to see Brunson and Towns do some weird shit. I want to hear Tibbs yelling "ISO!" Like I just want to hear. Like, that's what I want to see in person. I don't know if I don't want to see Mo Wagner's like spittle as he's like swearing something in German off the bench.
Yeah.
Like I don't need it. Goga Batazzi, no thanks. I don't need that. I don't need that. Give me Knicks and Bucks, and then I will take any scenario from the West. That's my favorite part about the West. It's like, oh, you either get Luka or you get swaggy Chet Holmgren in street clothes on the bench along with OKC, or you get the Houston Rockets. Yeah, I think like either way, it's a W for the West.
Yeah, for me, I'm rocking with not Boston. I'm rocking with Dallas. I watched at least the fourth quarter of the game yesterday where they had that big comeback. Helped them get into this tournament in the first place. They were balling. Quentin Grimes, he didn't have an amazing game yesterday, but he put like three back to back 20-point games up, playing like 30 minutes. So he's in his bag, but I respect that, and I think they'll do well in the playoffs. But I want to see OKC Houston. I want to see the young teams go against each other. Jalen Green forcing it. I want to see Şengün get his issue off with no Chet. Like that'll be fun for me.
That would be fun.
And then obviously, the East. They get the Knicks and the Bucks.
Right? Like I can't. I know Stubbs saying Jalen Johnson is a beast. He is awesome. I wouldn't be mad to see Jalen Johnson.
That's a fact. But also, fuck the Bucks because the Knicks we taking this. It's gonna be easy money. Josh Hart about to get a brand new watch after getting them 500 stacks. We locked in, bro. My man Fish and Chips. You feel me? He about to lock everybody up. Let's go Knicks, bro. Come on.
Who's Fish and Chips?
OG. He's British.
Oh.
Bruv. It's looking good, bruv. Yeah.
Bruv.
Yeah.
That's great. Any other like cup stuff? I guess the only other thing I had from like last night was the Warriors Nuggets game was kind of spicy, and I know Justin, I think you actually watched that one in real time, but Jokic just did Jokic stuff in the fourth quarter.
Bro, it's so wild watching him because it was only close because Jokic can't be on the court all the time. As soon as Jokic is out of the game, immediate run. It's not even a couple plays. It's like 2 threes in a row as soon as he sits down. And then as soon as he comes back, here it is. Here's an actual game. That team is all Jokic. It's kind of wild.
It is. They got that dude, Hunter Tyson.
Yeah.
And he's like basically the Duke head coach. He's like John Schreier, just on the bench. He's just like blonde kid who's just doing. Honestly, he's what I'd be doing if I was on an NBA team. He's just doing a lot of like, all right, like just like a lot of fist pumping on the bench, a lot of towel waving. Every time you saw a highlight, because I watched the highlight package of Jokic in the second half this morning. And every time he made a jumper, you could see him just kind of going like on the bench and stuff. And I'm like, live your life, man. Live your life. You play 2 minutes a game and just cheer. You got to be the best teammate of all time.
Oh yeah. Look, hey, and he's out there cheering. You know, Russell Westbrook was out there being fine, playing a little defense. Jamal Murray, he's definitely an NBA player. But Michael Porter Jr. showed up. And Michael Porter Jr. did also try to throw one of the most confusing to himself off the backboard shots I've ever seen. Because he didn't like go up for the dunk, and he just kind of threw it off the backboard and caught it, like he was about to reset his dribble or something. But you know what? 2 plays later, he had a big dunk and hit a 3. So all is forgiven. But I've never seen anybody do that.
That is the Michael Porter Jr. experience. What do I say again, Steve?
I said, baby Ricky Davis. You feel me?
That's right.
That's right. But like, how bad is the support? I haven't watched the Nuggets game in a while. How bad is the supporting cast though? Is it really that crazy? Like I'm talking about the major pieces. I'm not talking about the young dudes that they wanted to see if they're gonna work or not. I'm talking about like Jamal and all of them. Because I know missing Gordon is a big deal. Because like,
yeah,
if he, oh no, you go.
No. I was gonna say they got Gordon back for the first time last night. He came back. So that was a big boost. I think Christian Brown's been actually pretty nice for them. Yeah. Like that dude, was he second or third year dude from Kansas? He's been nice. Peyton Watson's been okay, but nobody is consistent right now. So they you're getting 35, 10, and 8 from Jokic, and then you're just like, man, I hope we can get 80 other points from these guys. That's what it feels like right now. Jamal's been a little better lately.
Yeah, you know how there's like a great team usually, and it's not always the case, but it was the case with the Nuggets in their run. Like they have clearly a number one, but they have a number two who can, like, if the number one's off or not injured or not stepping up, he can come in and like be the best player. And the Nuggets don't have that. Right. It's just, if Jokic is out there, it just starts at 2, and nobody's stepping up. Nobody can fill that role. They don't have the size. They don't have Dario Saric is okay, and DeAndre Jordan is old. Like that's their big men, and like then they play Gordon. They play Gordon at center, which is just a lot on Gordon. Michael Porter and Jamal Murray haven't tracked upwards as we thought. They kind of just got them in stable forces. Their young dudes can't really score like that. They're solid. Watson and Brown can defend. Brown has been fine, but it's just like nothing's. They just clearly need something else. They're like clearly missing something.
Yeah, I'm with you. And yeah, Weisberg's right. Like Strother showed some signs early, but he was way more confident than good. That's kind of like he's out there running around like Steph Curry, but it's not looking like Steph Curry. And look at Stubbs. Stubbs might be in our rundown right now. He said his father time slowly yanking out LeBron's jersey. Are we ready?
Slowly?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, he's been tough. Like those on-off numbers for LeBron. You want to talk about the Jokic on-off numbers? It's been like the flip for LeBron the last couple of weeks. He's been like minus 18, minus 20, minus 6, stuff like that. I don't. Where do you guys want to start with LeBron and the Lakers?
I ain't gonna lie to you guys. At this point, Laker fans, I don't know who you could point the finger to, bro. Because you can't point it at JJ, because JJ is basically you could debate he's in a worse spot than Darvin Ham right now. You could debate it. But yeah, what I'm gonna say is, LeBron, you should have went out last year, bro. Fuck your son. Your son is sorry. You should have left with the record and been like, all right, I'm done. I got knocked out in the playoffs. I'm done. I did what I did. Now you looking crazy, bro. They talking crazy about you, Bron. They're talking crazy. And you know how you could have invented this? Letting your son be on Twitch streaming. We would have been lit with it. Kids would have loved it, dog. I would have watched it. You feel me? But now, because of your whack-ass son, you looking crazy.
That's tough. That's tough. Do you think it's just a blip though right now, or do you think this is like what we're going to see moving forward?
I think and JJ's come out. JJ Redick said it after maybe the last press conference, because they asked him about LeBron's mandate or stated ideal to try to play 82 games this year, and JJ Redick was straight up like, I don't know if that's in the best interest of the team and himself. And it's true. Like younger players struggle playing in the Olympics and then coming back and being like spry for the season. He's 40. He's the oldest dude in the league. Like, it's gonna affect him. He's had injury issues, and they need him. But that's at a certain point, man. You got your son in the league. Take months off, honestly, or play 40 minutes. I know he doesn't want to ever like score under 10, so he's not going to take a reduced minute load. But there's no way. I wouldn't be mad if he's on that Embiid schedule where it's just like no back-to-backs, whatever. But it doesn't seem like it's gonna get better. Nothing's gonna improve because his body is gonna just break down more, unfortunately. Just because that's how it works. And he has to do so much when it's not, because AD and then him and then a bunch. Their roster is fine. It's just a fine roster, and they can only achieve greatness if LeBron is great and AD is great and their role players are. AD's been great. LeBron's great at times, but he'll run out of it. So just rest. And I know he probably doesn't want to be in playing again, but that's probably where they're going to head to. Mm-hmm. Just try to get it off in the playoffs, but this ain't gonna work because I think it'll get worse, and we might get a major injury, unfortunately, or like a major time off.
I agree.
You don't think it could work out if they're not relying on him offensively? Like if he takes like a Chris Paul role where it's like, all right, bro, I'm gonna just pass and look for the people. They told me he took like 12 threes in one game. Why the fuck you take it? Why is that shit is crazy?
Steve, I agree with you, except like just look around that locker room. Like they don't have like even, like would you rather have LeBron at 40 take 12 threes or D'Lo or Gabe Vincent or like even Dalton Connect had that 1-2 game stretch and everybody's like, "Oh, what a steal!" Right? And now no one's mentioned Dalton's Connect's name in like 2 weeks. And like I think he's still nice, but like that's that. Or and Weisberg said Jared Vanderbilt, who has been a week away from playing basketball for like a year and a half now. Right?
It's
like,
insane.
and they just said it again. He's like, he's targeting January. Me too, Jared. But like LeBron is entering they're gonna start checking LeBron's ID before he's playing. Like that's and honestly, like AD had a really good 2-week start, or like not more than that, like a month start to the season. AD low-key has been kind of like he's been fine. His numbers have been fine, but for the Lakers to have a shot at not being in the play-in, Anthony Davis has to be top 5 MVP. Like he's got to be 28, 14, the best defensive player on the court. And then LeBron can be more of a facilitator, playmaker, not having to chuck as much. But like, again, it's like Austin Reeves, like who's nice if he's your 4th guy. Austin Reeves in the Peyton Pritchard role, everybody loves him.
Ooh, that would be fire.
You know what I mean? But Austin Reeves as Porzingis, like, or you know what I mean? Like the 3rd best guy, it just doesn't work. And so I think the spotlight on what LeBron's doing gets brighter. But honestly, I'm like, I think I'd rather have my age LeBron taking shots than Rui Hachimura, who again is fine if he's taking 6 shots a game.
I will jump in and say though, like the first month of the season, LeBron was shooting like 44% from 3 on a high volume, and then it fell off a cliff. Like it wasn't gradual in any way. It just went from he's making a lot of these to he had a couple like I want to say 20% games, like 1-5, 2 for 7, 1 for 4, 1 for 4. And then now it's just So it's like it fell off a cliff. So it makes sense he was taking those shots and not like putting more stress on his body. But it seems like whatever was hidden is not.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think like in last season he was firing from three. It was like his best
For real.
3-point shooting year, and so maybe he's just like he's got Reggie Miller in his ears, being like, "Shooters got to shoot. You shoot through the slump." And JJ Redick's like, "I'm a shooter. You are not a shooter, LeBron." But I don't know what they do. I know like Tesla was saying in the chat, why are we talking about who should the Lakers trade for midseason? And Weisberg was saying the MLE is crazy. Like, I don't even know what their options would be because of the way the collective bargaining agreement is now. You have to like give up something to get something. You can't just like get stuff. And I don't know, like, Brandon Ingram, who we're going to talk about here in a second, De'Aaron Fox, Zach LaVine, all these guys who are getting put on the trade market. Is there a move that makes the Lakers significantly better? I mean, I guess like the case for that is that the West isn't really as insane as maybe we thought it was a month ago, right? Like it's like you look at the standings, it's kind of crazy. It's like Houston's up there, Memphis is up there.
Yeah.
Like it's not what we thought it was.
I think the move is you got to go find Doc Brown and get that time machine and take LeBron back 10 years. Otherwise, they're going to we've seen the same Lakers story we saw the last couple of years. Yeah. They're going to have some fun games. There's going to be some big LeBron moments, and they're going to be a playing team.
I'm with you.
I personally like I think they just don't have assets. Because it's like all of the players that they are willing to offer, they're not going to change any team. Like no one's going to give you the right piece. No disrespect for D'Lo and Austin Reeves. No one's going to do that. And if they are, that's insane to me.
Yeah. And let me put on my Gabe Vincent jersey real quick.
Yeah.
Chill.
Well, yeah, they just got players that's not doing nothing.
Chill. That's crazy. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, Gabe Vincent. I see you out here, bro. Burglary is crazy. Get your money, bro. You a thief in the night, dog. I see you.
That was great. That was great. But yeah, man, they don't have that. Their assets are their picks. They've got a couple of picks, but you still got to include contracts to make it work. And I just don't know. I don't know the team that's going to be like, give me. I guess the Pelicans could try to do it with Ingram, but I mean that's not going to fix anything. Like, and I know Ingram, and maybe we just pivot to that right now. Like Brandon Ingram is a really nice player. Like I think he's solid. He is solid. But I just don't know like how he makes sense for a team like that to all of a sudden, make him better. I know he had that quote this week that was like, I want to play for a competitive team. And I just made the joke. I was like, you can't both want to play for a competitive team and want a max deal. Like Brandon Ingram doesn't have that game to do both,
No, that's crazy. That's crazy. I just think he's one of those players that's like hella talented, but it's like there's only a few spots he could fit in. And it's like, I don't think those spots are going to like make that trade. Because I think he would be phenomenal on Miami. Him and Tyler would be. But it's like, yo, what Miami got to offer you, dog? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Jimmy would have to be in that deal.
That would be crazy. That would be him and Nola. That would be crazy. What a way to end your career, though, if you think about it.
Nola is screwed. They have to they just said Zion, I think, is still another 2 to 4 weeks away. I think is what they said today. They just have to go get the number 1 pick. That's what their focus has to be, which is crazy with that roster because they have so many nice young pieces, but you're going to put the sign on the front lawn. It's time. Everything must go.
You ever buy like, I don't know, like an expensive pair of shoes and then you get them and they don't fit, but you're like, nah, I can make them work. And you just keep trying. You just keep trying. And now like you don't worn them too much so you can't resell them or take them back, but you still got them. And you're like, I paid a lot of money for these shoes. So I'm going to keep trying. That's what Zion is for the Pelicans right now. Like everything, it should, everything looks like it should work, but it's just not. It's not working. He can't play. And as long as he's the guy and they're building around him, and they have a bunch of dudes. They're like 1 through 3 is all dudes who are not consistent or can't be consistent for various reasons. Oh, and there's goes Mike.
This is what I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna say it again when Mike pull up. What they need to do with Zion is what they do with soccer players. When a soccer player is not playing well, they will flip that person to just a horrible team, just a city, a team you don't want to play for. And that one player plays so crazy to get out of that horrible situation to get to a new situation. I swear to God, they need to do this with Zion. They need to treat him like he's in the Premier League because there's no other way. Because right now, you can't flip him. You can't flip him. But if you flip him to some bullshit like Portland and he start going buck wild where it's like 30 and 6 and 9 rebounds, people might be like, oh, we might flip him. But right now, dog, if you're expecting to get something great for Zion, you're smoking straight New Orleans reefer, dog, because it's not happening.
When I came in late on that, but I immediately envisioned you saying that they should move Zion to Real Madrid, like the Spanish basketball league. Like maybe they're not locked in. You got to send him to another league. Like you can't trade him within the league. Send him on loan.
On loan to the Wizards, like they just said.
Yes, that's what I just said. Yeah, a loan to the Wizards, loan to the Blazers. He got to get to a team. All right, this is a perfect example. Remember when Ron Artest was wilding? And then they sent him to Sacramento, and then he was 8. They took him to the 8th seed, and the next year he was starting on the Rockets. That's the situation Zion needs to do. You got to send him to some crazy shit.
Then if you're David Griffin and the New Orleans Pelicans, you mentioned the Portland Trail Blazers, put on League Pass the next time the Trail Blazers are playing, and just watch what they're doing with DeAndre Ayton right now, and you use that playbook, and you use that with Zion when he comes back. Because I watched the Trail Blazers the last week or so, and every time I tune it in, Ayton's getting the ball at the block. It's like, oh, one moving up, 20 and 12 every night. And people are like, hey, maybe DeAndre Ayton was a problem. People are sleeping on dominating. And you know who's wide awake on dominating? The Portland Trail Blazers, because they are on their way to being like, you know what? He's only got 2 years left on that max. That's actually not a bad deal. Why don't you take dominating for us? That's what you need to do if you're David Griffin and the Pellies. Let Zion go for 30 and 12 for 2 weeks, and then immediately be like, we'll take a first round.
He might see the vision. Bro. See the vision.
I know
maybe they're relying on DeJounte to come back and make magic, but
I know this wasn't on the list, but Stubbs put something in the chat that reminded me of this, and I thought this would be a fun talking point. So I apologize for putting you guys on the spot. And if you don't have anything, who cares? It doesn't matter. But you know that new show? There's like a documentary called Enigma with Aaron Rodgers coming out.
Yeah.
I was trying to think because my first thought was Ben Simmons and Zion. That I was thinking about this today. What what would be an NBA version of this show? Like, say they're like, this becomes almost like a Hard Knocks, or they're, they do this every year. Who would be your Enigma version? I guess Zion was a good one because like had the talent of being very good, but we just like don't see it. I guess Rodgers was very good. He's just
so
an enigma, I guess.
Is it like a player that has like a personality, or is like a player that didn't live up to expectations?
I think it's I guess it could be however you interpret it, because like Rodgers won a Super Bowl, but he only got one, and he's just kind of a nightmare. Like he's kind of a nightmare to be around.
There's only one person that I would sit down and watch it, and that's Draymond Green, because I just want to know how are you that person right now? Like how are you always on 100? Like, and it's such a hater. He's such a fucking hater. It's crazy.
That's good.
I bet that show would be just truly 87% just some of the smartest basketball talk and the most considered tone, like evil, level-headed, and then just like straight up, like 10 minutes of absolute insanity where you're like, dog, what is going on? He's just like level-headed in one thing and just motherfucker.
Yeah, I love that. Like, yeah, he's like, well, if you see, like, with the 4-minute mark in the fourth quarter of our 13th game of the NBA season, the reason I was pivoting over here, and that's when I body slammed him. Like, that, yeah, just does something insane after that.
Honestly, yeah, I think Draymond is maybe the only answer here.
Yeah,
because he has like the age and like the history. Yeah, and it's kind of like he's fading, but still good, and it can still like with affect in the right situation. Because the other person I was thinking was Ant, but all his stuff is young dude stuff, and I don't know how he's already been on the Netflix stuff.
Yeah, Ant's a little. Well, I wouldn't say he's polished because he's still so charismatic, and it does feel like pretty authentic. But you're right, we already got like a window into that. I was thinking Ja. Ja was one, but he is also young too. But I feel like we don't know a ton about Ja. Like I don't think we get a lot of. Although I saw an interesting quote from him yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw this, where he's trying not to dunk as much anymore.
Okay,
He's gonna want to get hurt.
Okay, I have a take on this. There's two ways this could go. We could get John Morant with a jump shot, which would be pretty sick, right?
Yeah.
Which I don't believe is in the horizon. Or we could get Ja being Vince Carter at the later end of his career at Toronto Raptors, which I think is gonna happen. I think he clocked out, bro. If you already talking about not banging it, bro, you clocked out, bro. You clocked out.
I hope it's not that. He's still too fun.
For sure. But if he gets a jump shot,
I think he might be just regular season in it, where it's like, all right, I'm gonna peel back for now.
Right, like
keep the cameras away from John.
Joker Rock's a big Grizzly fan. He wants him just on the court, not suspended.
You're right.
You know what?
I don't want to see. Also, no offense, I don't know him, but I just don't want to see like his dad, T. Morant, in the strip club or something. Like I just don't need to deal with the fallout of T. Morant living his life as he should, and I want him to continue living it. I just don't want the cameras following it, so we got to have discussions about it. You know,
right? That's right.
Yes. Do you think if they move the Grizzlies to Nashville, he would be wilding like he's wilding in Memphis?
Well,
yes.
Remember,
Nashville is a hotbed.
It may not be cracking in Nashville.
It may not be exactly what John's looking for, but it is the hotbed.
No, it's what Tyrese Halliburton's looking for.
Hey,
Nashville is like Atlanta.
It's Halliburton,
man. Halliburton go to Nashville. He coming back different. He coming back like Wilt. You feel what I'm saying?
The other player I was going to throw out there for this idea that I actually think people would be excited about, and then it wouldn't be as entertaining, is Russell Westbrook.
I would watch that in a heartbeat.
I would too, and I think people would just walk. I don't know how many people watch the quarterback show. I feel like they'd have a similar reaction to Kirk Cousins that they would with like Russell Westbrook. I feel like everybody would just walk away being like, you know what? We shouldn't have been dicks to Russ. Russ is an awesome guy.
Yeah. Shout out Kirk Cousins. He was I didn't know him in college, but we were in college at the same time. That dude, he's straight up. That man has been like a 38-year-old white dad for his entire life.
You gotta respect.
Oh man,
like that kind of energy where it's like, oh, I guess he ain't fronting.
Yeah. Like he's been that guy the whole time, pre-money and post-money. All right, Weisberg deep in his bag here.
Whoa, Weisberg. Whoa. Okay,
look, Weisberg. As somebody who was in summer league when he was celebrating at the club when he was celebrating his new contract, and I only know this because of the sparklers that were brought out and drawing attention to his section. He's doing all right. Yeah, his section was a wall of them.
Hey, man. That brother like what he like, bro. Some people like Starbucks, other people like gourmet coffee. Shit.
How do we get here?
Weisberg, bro. Who Weisberg, bro?
No, that was we were talking about Nashville, and I made a strong pivot. That was my bad. So we kind of talked about a lot of we like sprinkled around with some of the stuff that we had. The other guy was De'Aaron Fox, who's just been like weird stuff in Sacramento this year. And I think like people were concerned what the fit was going to look like with DeRozan. DeRozan, who's actually like been playing nice. Like DeRozan's been good, but the Kings just haven't been good. And then Fox didn't do the extension. Kind of said some stuff like, we'll see where we're at. He wants to play like competitive ball. I don't know. Do you think Fox is somebody like, do the Kings completely implode and Fox gets moved? Or I don't know. How do you guys think they like handle that?
I think. Oh, sorry. My bad. You go.
All right. I think is it the thing where if he's all NBA, he moves up to a different tier and so he can resign for more money. Could be based on the Rose rule or whatever that rule is.
Yeah, he can get like the super duper max or whatever, like so he can get like Jaylen, basically what Jaylen Brown did.
Yeah, I feel like he's probably trying to angle for that, right? Or am I missing something where he could already sign for that? It feels like he's angling for that, and if it's not that money, see what the market is.
I didn't even think of that. That's probably what he was doing, and not so less about like where the team's at. That's probably
just like if they can't pay me $50 million more, let me kind of ride it out and see what I can have. Like, so it's kind of like don't settle myself in now, because I mean it's not like the Kings have a bright future. I think they're this, which is fine. It's Sacramento. They were bad for many years, but he may not want to be stuck or mired in that or committing to that, at least right now, because like I don't know, they seem to be another team that kind of projects as play-in-ish.
Right. Then that's like the top of the top.
For sure.
Yeah, the Fox thing's weird. I like the Kings, you can tell, are panicking because Malik Monk, who has been like forever the sixth man, they're like, hey, he's starting now. And like that, and he's been nice. Like Monk's been balling, but you can tell that's like break in case of emergency. Put Malik Monk in the starting lineup, and that's what they're doing. And I don't even know what other like moves they would have.
I personally think like they're definitely a one season wonder. But I think their best bet is to flip Fox because he was all NBA in 2023. He's a great player. Even after that season, he was averaging like 26 points, 2 steals, like 8 dimes. Like you could get something for him, and it doesn't seem like he wants to be there because he knows this team hit the ceiling. But the Kings, they gotta break all that shit up. If Monk is complaining and put his little foot down like a kid, like I need to start, flip him too, bro. He like 27. You get something for him.
I don't think he did that, by the way. I don't think he was.
Doing that. He wasn't asking to start. Okay.
No, I think Mike Brown was like, I'm gonna get fired soon.
So I have
like,
to
he was like, Kevin Huerter, see you later. And that's what happened. Stubbs was saying Fox to the Lakers or Warriors. I didn't want to bring up Golden State. Like they do seem, if there's a team that is going to do some splashing that actually has assets, not like the Lakers, I feel like it could be the Warriors that get involved with, like, we didn't really talk about Chicago, but like Levine or Vooch or Ingram or Fox. I don't know. Where do you guys like Golden State got off to such a hot start, and I was eating so much shit for the Buddy Hield stuff. And then Buddy was like, I'm back, baby. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. We're coming back to earth. But I don't know. Where do you guys like land with Golden State right now?
I think it's gonna be a rough time for them. Because Draymond out for like what, 3 to 4 weeks?
I think so. I don't think they've like officially said anything, but it sounds like he's gonna be out for a little bit. Yeah.
And it looks like they're leaning more on Curry because the other supporting cast, they just look like they're trying crazy shit. Like I seen Kuminga take shots I've never seen him take in his life. I'm like, yo, where did you get this confidence? Tween, spin. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? The dude, what's his name? No, it was crazy. I promise you. I watched it. What's the other dude? He's firing Pod. He's firing like they're giving him a max. That's how he's shooting the rock. I say, yo, bro, relax. I think if Steve Kerr not getting to the young dudes to relax, they're not listening to Curry, and Curry's like, what, 35? I think they need to flip something. I think most of their pieces, since they're young, will be valuable to numerous of teams, not just Utah. They could get something for those pieces. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, especially if they're not going to play them, you know? Like,
exactly.
If you're not playing those real minutes. And you mentioned Podziemski. Like, I was super high on him heading into this year. Clearly, Golden State was, because Golden State was like, we're not going to go get Lowry marketing because we want to hold on to Podziemski. And, man, Podziemski is not – it has not looked good. It has not looked good. I mean, honestly, nobody outside of Steph – like, Wiggins, I guess, has been better. But
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, nobody outside of Steph. I don't know.
You still get the occasional flashes of Kuminga, but it feels like the same as last year.
Yeah, for real.
Just like,
right?
Oh, okay.
That shit is crazy. But I think trade deadline this year, though, is going to be extremely interesting. I do think a big move is going to be made. Whether it's Zach, whether it's BI, whether it's Fox, somebody got to get moved because these teams have been like in the same spot for too long. Like Chicago got to make some kind of move, dog.
Man, Chicago, like I feel like it's so obvious they have to do it, but it has been so obvious for 5 years and they
5
haven't.
years.
So I think you're right though. I mean, because the West is so like jumbled up that if one team decides like, hey, if we make one move, all of a sudden we are like a fringe contender to a real contender. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of teams in that scenario. Like I'll be fascinated with what Houston ends up doing. Like, do they just like stand pat? I know one of the things that you had mentioned, Steve, before we went on was the 25 under 25 that ESPN posted. And they have like Houston's got like 19 guys to the 25.
Yo,
It's like
it's
Şengün,
wild.
Thompson, Eason. And then honestly, I was surprised to see Jalen Green's name there. But Jalen Green also made that list too.
Yeah. I think they got to ride with it until there's a guy comes available. I don't think there's a guy to use that terminology. Like they're good enough now and they're young. Just hold as long as you can keep the contracts and people happy and wait for like a star that's not even too old to come over there or to be available because they could make an offer.
Especially after what they saw OKC do last year, right? Just like, hey, we don't have to go nuts yet. Let's see what this looks like in the playoffs, and then we could go get a white guy and then somebody that everybody thought was a white guy.
My man bright skin, man.
Bright skin, I forgot. And so, also, he's been balling. He has been insane for OKC.
Always. Hustle. All hustle.
Yeah. Anything else that we wanted to hit before we wrap here?
Yeah, that list. I'm not gonna lie to you. That list, we gotta swap LaMelo and Halliburton.
Yeah,
we gotta that LaMelo 12. That's a little crazy.
Where was Halliburton?
Huh?
Where was Halliburton?
6, bro. 6.
LaMelo's better than Halliburton. Halliburton had a good year. LaMelo's better than him.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's crazy.
You ready for this? Mm-hmm. Brandon Miller better than them both.
Brandon Miller's cold.
Yeah, Brandon Miller, dude. I again take an L on that because I was like, how dare you take Brandon Miller over Scoot Henderson?
Have you said Scoot ever's name positively since then? Oh, man. Understand? We all were like, "Oh, Scoot," and without even really seeing him, and then we saw him. It was like,
it's tough. Also, shout out Joker Rock thinking that he's working the chat right now, just trying to get anyone to take Marcus Smart off his hands.
What you think when you got Marcus Smart?
Joker Rock is crazy.
Y'all are winning. It's good.
I do like that LaMelo Halliburton takes pretty good. I'm still like holding on to hope that Halliburton's just hurt. That he's not like 100% right now, but it's really weird that he's playing very good at home and very bad on the road. And the Pacers just suck right now. Like Jim Carrey's got to step it up. It's not looking good.
For real. But the other thing that was like a little crazy on the list though, like look where they put Şengün. I think Şengün is fire.
I do too.
I think Şengün for real should be top 10. If you asking me, I think for real, if you talk about young players, he could be top. His ceiling is nuts. It's nuts.
I feel like he might make an all-star team this year.
Out of everybody on the Houston Rockets roster, he has to be the one that makes it. If they're still in this position,
they're giving him
next to the All-Star break. Yeah, he got to do it, bro. He's crazy. He's crazy. Yeah, I get it. Wemby's cool. Anthony Edwards is cool. Give my man Şengün some love, bro.
I will say, I think it's Nets Pacers tonight, and Cam Thomas says, if you look at the numbers and look at what I do against everybody I play against, there's no debate or discussion. So I don't care about a list. Will he come out and hit 50 tonight?
No, you want to know why he's out? Cam Thomas is out. He's out.
I didn't know he's out.
Yeah, it's not. That would be nice. But Brooklyn's got 45 Cams. They just got dudes they can run out, man. Brooklyn's roster is like 40.
Honestly, we need Brooklyn to have Cam Whitmore and have Cam Thomas, Cam Whitmore, and Cam Johnson just chucking.
Yeah, they forget Jalen's. Cam's only in Brooklyn.
Yo, man, God bless the boy for having confidence, but you know what I mean? You ain't no different than a Jordan Poole, Anthony Simons. Y'all all the same caca. There's a different strain.
No. Have you thought of? You said Jordan Poole, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about dude for a second.
Hey,
No diss to him. I just like the Wizards. I mean, we have to give the Wizards love because we were getting the Pistons love last year when they was losing all the games.
Yo, the Wizards got to be the most sorry team we had in a while, bro.
Yeah, listen. I'm happy for them though. They should have done this like 5 years ago. They're finally doing it. They're finally like, we're just gonna be bad. We're gonna get good picks. And Jordan, we haven't seen one highlight this year of Jordan Poole like not knowing the rules about something, shooting it off the scoreboard. Like we haven't had any weird Poole highlights. This time last year, we had like full TikTok accounts that were just like Jordan Poole shits the bed or whatever, you know. It's a good sign. That's a good sign.
That's a great sign. Great sign.
Yeah.
Great.
One other thing on the 25 and under, I think Paolo and Franz were both like top 5, right?
They were smoking crack. Cause Pablo fire. I fuck with Franz. I fuck with Franz for real. That's my guy. But I think he's excelling at this level because Pablo's not there.
Right.
Now, if he was there, it would be a different story.
Right. I agree with that. I don't think like we'd be getting this on the regular if Paolo was in. I agree with you. But I feel like we have to stay on long enough just so Justin shuts his camera off at 1.2.
Oh, I didn't realize he shut off.
All right, I think that was it though. I don't think we had anything else after the 25. I think we got everything. Anything else, Justin? Did we talk about Detroit enough?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah, I've unfortunately been busy, and then when I'm not busy, I'm honestly not using that time to watch Pistons games right now. I'll probably catch the replay of this Pistons Celtics game tomorrow morning. But this is the time where I'm like, all right, let's pick some teams to start looking at. We got to figure out what the league is doing. Also, we got beat by Philly by a lot, and that hurt me.
Well, we now have like a little bit of a sample size, so we're actually like seeing we can actually like take some stuff away from it, which is nice. But all right, we'll call it there. We'll be back next Wednesday. Good to have the Cavs back after a week off. But for Justin, we got him back for the goodbye. Yes.
My bad.
No, that's okay. I was saying we had to stay on here long enough just so Justin had to shut his camera off at least once too. There it is. Yeah, bang. All right, Steve, get us out of here.
You just listen to 89 Cavs, the best basketball podcast in the world. That's Mike. That's Justin. May all your endeavors go well, and may all your jump shots be wet like water. Stay up like a hard dick. You heard me.